It's the AJ McCall show after the show. Okay, hold on. Producer Butters, will you level real fast? Because Irma's not from here either. What was the crap with the weather this morning? Can we just real quick get this out of the way?
This is the white, fluffy snow that Utah is famous for.
Yeah. I mean, that was nice because I could just get in my car and it just went, whew.
Yeah.
But it was stupid.
It really was. My car slid like 3 times. I was scared for my life.
Yeah, I'm with you because that's what gets me is so generally, I can't remember. I think the forecast said it was supposed to snow, but it was like, only an inch. And it's not very much. And then it was like nothing got plowed this morning. Like I know I get up early, but like generally the plows are pretty solid, at least about the main roads. This morning, apparently they hit snooze on the alarm and they're like, we'll get to it when we get to it.
Right? Yes, that's what I was saying.
Okay, so in my mind, or at least I guess based off the past, if it snows like how it did and there's not very much, they're not going to go out and clean up the roads because it's not worth trying to do that.
I can barely hear you. Sorry. The audio's not picking up. I don't know if something got disconnected.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Not really.
A little.
Like the audio is tiny and you're cranked.
Yeah.
Oh, I can hear myself fine. That's weird.
I don't know.
That is odd.
It is on.
Does that work?
That's better.
That's a little bit better.
A little bit better?
But
yeah.
Okay, there we go.
I'm like really loud.
Yeah. I mean, the audio wave is not.
See, what's weird is in my headphones, everybody's the same.
That's, yeah. Your audio wave is just not even close.
Yeah, I feel like AJ and I are louder, and then you're just kind of like soft.
See, and if I watch the levels over here, I am a little quiet.
Weird.
And I got you cranked. That's what's weird about this. Sorry, you're dealing with live technical difficulties.
It's awesome. So anyways, yeah, so I don't think that they're going to clear snow for like, I don't know, like an inch. They're going to, usually what happens, and maybe this is where they failed to prepare, is maybe they treat the road before so they don't have to go out as soon as because I mean it's kind of pointless to keep plowing when it's snowing. So when it stops snowing, then that's when you go out and clear it out. So like right now they're out there cleaning it.
Yeah.
They're cleaning it up.
Well, thank goodness, because obviously this is rush hour.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you don't want to do it during rush hour. Really.
No, preferably you do it beforehand. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
you do
usually
it beforehand,
it's done before.
But like I said, for an inch or so, you're probably not going to see them out.
By the way, speaking of weather, I found out a new pet peeve about myself last night.
Uh-oh.
I do not like when people talk on speakerphone when their windshield wipers are going because I can't hear what the hell you're saying. I called my dad yesterday because it's his birthday, and he was working, and that's when I call him because he drives a lot for his job, so that's when we get a chance to catch up. And he, I guess it was raining, or maybe he was bored. I don't know what the explanation is. I didn't ask, but all I can hear is foof, 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 foof. And I'm like, I'm not paying attention. Happy birthday. Sorry, what? What were we talking about? Because that's all I can hear. It's my new pet peeve I discovered about myself. I did not know this until last night.
Huh.
Well, I think that's a fair thing. Because, yeah, I get annoyed, too, if I can't hear the person who's calling me. And I'm just like, you know what? Just text me. Text me. I don't know what you're saying. I can't hear you. Or let's try this again. But I can't hear you. No.
I just yell.
That's
louder.
Happy birthday!
What? What's going on?
Yeah, it's funny because my dad is generally... he's the only person I think I talk with significantly more on the phone than I text. Everyone else, I would say, like Producer Butters, Ashley, my girlfriend, all my friends and stuff, I talk with them texting way more, but my dad is the only person I talk to way more on the phone.
Huh. Odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, he for a long time he had a punctuation issue, and so it was hard to decipher what he was trying to say. Like you were like, is this what you mean? So it's just easier to talk to him on the phone.
Huh.
That's fair.
Right?
I think I'm that way with my mom. My mom can't, like, she can't spell. She didn't. I mean,
I have no patience for that anymore.
Well,
either.
she didn't go to school. Like,
look, I'm not saying anything
about
about mom. I'm just saying in
She
general.
didn't go to school, but so yeah, just talk. Like, she's probably the only person I honestly talk to on the phone. Everyone else, I'm like, why are you calling me? Just text me.
Okay, so look, here's what I do.
You tell me. You tell me, Dad, as we
If I
discovered.
can't figure out how to spell something, I just use the voice to text and let it figure it out.
That's actually pretty smart. I thought you were going to say you dumb it down. It's one of my favorite Jim Gaffigan bits. Hey, I'll see you next week.
I mean, yes, I used to do that, but I was like, oh, there's the text-to-speech option.
Okay, see, but the problem with that is sometimes, and I don't know, it's not as much an issue anymore, but like, so phones, as they've upgraded, right, they get the Word document stuff, right, where they'll be like, that's misspelled, or that should probably change, right? You get that?
Yeah.
So my phone, I've had a history of phones that are like, yeah, bro, no. So I kid you not, in the same day when I was in college, which granted was a little bit ago, so phones have come a little bit of a ways. But I was texting someone, I was like, hey, do you want to go get some tacos? And I have typed tacos a bajillion times. It's not a foreign word to my phone. Tacos. And my phone goes, red squiggly, no, don't recognize it, bro. It's not a word. And I go, it's phone. We've used this a lot. Nope. Later that day, I was giving a friend of mine some crap, and I was like, I don't know, bro, that sounds kind of girly. And I think it was Girle is what I typed. And my phone goes, did you mean Hitler? And I was like, no, I've never used that word in my phone.
Kind of Hitler.
I was like, what are we doing here, phone?
Yeah. It didn't like you at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why spell check on phones is like really off. Like,
Yes.
I was trying to write, what was I trying to write the other day? I was trying to write something, let's say I want to go skating, for example, and it said something like, I want to go, I can't even, it was like completely off the mark. And I was like, what? After I sent it, my friend was, what? And I was like, what? It's like, I don't know.
You're like, I don't know. I just
Well,
typed it.
to your point, doesn't your phone will suggest weird words too. Like, I feel like is always wrong, is one when it's like, you didn't mean that. You want this longer. It's like, I use and like constantly. And the phone's like, it's never that, bro. It's never that. Yes, phone, it is simply that.
See, I used voice to text you this morning.
That's fair.
Because I was like, I don't know how to spell debut. So I just said debut. And then I don't know if you noticed, I would never type the time that way. Did you see it?
No, I didn't notice it.
So I said,
I'll have to look. Let me look.
It was 9 o'clock hour, 9 a.m. hour, right? So it put 9:00.
Oh, yeah, you like typed it out legit, like 9 colon. Yeah. Typed it out totally. I did not notice it.
I didn't type that. I voice to text.
Okay, so I don't have a problem with voice to text, but don't you feel like if you hear someone voice to text, it feels kind of obnoxious? Because our salespeople here do it a lot. Because you got to punctuate like, hey, do you want to get lunch? Question mark. Yeah.
Question mark period. It's so annoying.
Okay, so we talk about family. Let's get to what we're talking about. Friday on the AJ McCall show is Cache Valley Secrets. What secrets are you keeping from family? Because I said, all right, I'm finally going to admit this after finally admitting and saying flying home was 100% not worth it. That ticket was a waste of money. I hated the Christmas trip. I confess that when my family asks, because my family's huge into family reunions, every 2 years, if not every year, and they're like, oh, come down to Florida. Like, you can just come for like a week or something. And my thing is always, I can't make it work with my vacation time. Like, I got a conference and stuff, and I can't take the time off because I'm limited. And the truth is here, there's a limited amount of vacation time, but it's very loose. So could I get home, especially if I said I was going to visit family? Probably. Am I? Absolutely not.
All right.
I mean, what are they going to do? Not invite me? Good news. You're not going to see me then. You made my problem go away completely.
You know, I can't think of anything that I have a secret
Producer
for.
Butter's open book with his family.
Yeah.
Open book.
I mean, I usually tell you. I'll tell you how I feel.
That's not incorrect. He is very blunt. Compliments for a long time were very hard for him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then when he gave them, he says them in such a straight-faced manner, you're like, thanks? Thank you?
Hey, you're awesome.
See, that doesn't feel good at all. That doesn't feel good at all.
You're awesome.
Feels very suspicious.
Thank you so much. You're awesome too.
Thanks.
Okay, how about then some confessions from the confession part of the AJ McCall show? Just anonymous confessions people write in to get it off their chest. Okay, like someone said, after 16 years ago, I lived in an apartment. When I was there, I was the only one who bought toilet paper. So when I moved out, some weeks later, I broke back into the apartment and stole all of their toilet paper as recompense. We're still friends, but I've never told them.
Sounds fair. That
think so,
sounds
too.
absolutely fair.
It's reparations.
That is,
It's a level of petty, but it's fair.
yeah. Yes.
It's like the scene. Look, it just makes me think of the scene of the Grinch, like the Jim Carrey one, where he's like, he didn't even leave a crumb, and he just makes something. He's like, nope. This is like everything, man. That's gonna be a bad day. You're the first one that has to go.
I had a roommate where I had to like put a lock on my door.
Really?
Yeah, because I would buy food and put it in the cupboard, and then it'd be gone.
I dated a girl who lived in. So there's these apartments out of Purdue, and I'm sure they're common other way, but like they 4-bedroom apartments, and so basically they're a living room and a kitchen, and then they're built around the rooms on the outside corners, right? And so just random people can live in them, so they have their own space, but then you don't have to worry about finding roommates. So I was dating a girl that was living in the one, and her roommates did not like her, and they were constantly trying to just get in her business, and she moved out before the lease is over, so she locked her door. So the roommates then decided to break the door down because they were like, well, she doesn't live here anymore. Why does she get a lock? I don't know how they explain that one away to the landlord, because I don't know how you do that.
So could you not lock your doors?
She did from the inside. I guess she had keys because it's those places where,
okay.
right? So you live with people you don't necessarily know, but then you get your own place. She locked, and they broke it down. And I was like, that kind of, I feel like, vindicates her for not wanting to be here anymore.
Yeah, that's not good.
That isn't good. Nope. Roommates are weird. Honestly,
Yes.
like I've had 2 in my entire life, and one of them was amazing. I love her. We did have our problems, but they were minor. And then there was the one, oh my gosh, I wanted to kill her every day. Like,
What did she do?
Like, okay, so there were 3 of us, right? There's two other, like you yourself, and then 2 roommates.
Okay.
So this was like the I guess the straw that broke the camel's back. I went to work. So I woke up at 5 a.m., went to work on a Saturday, which was supposedly my day off, but I went for like overtime or whatever. I came back at 11, took my dog to the vet, came back. My other roommate cleaned the kitchen. I cleaned the bathroom, swept the floors. So we literally only left the living room, which consisted of 2 couches and the coffee table,
Right,
for her to clean. It was 1 o'clock before she woke up, which again, I'm not judging. I'm not a judgmental person, but I'm like, okay, cool. You do you, boo. You do you. Then I'm like, she's like, oh, we should hang out. We should like go shopping. And I'm like, I hate shopping, but okay, let's go. Right? Like, I was trying to be a good roommate. So I was like, yeah, let's go. And and I was like, but let me take a nap because I've been up since like 5 o'clock in the morning and I am tired. I was like, let me take a nap and then we can go around 4. And she's like, okay, cool. But I did say, because her not cleaning was a problem. So I said, and my other roommate agreed. I was like, we're not leaving this house until you clean the living room. So you have about an hour to clean the coffee table. Literally, that's all she had to clean. I didn't say it that way, right? So I went to sleep. I woke up and she's like, okay, let's go. And I'm like, well, the coffee table's still a disaster. She like got so mad. She's like, well, that's your Coke on the coffee table. And that's Rose's cup on the coffee table. And I was like, yeah. And we washed all your dirty dishes and all your nasty crap out of the bathroom. Like, all you had to do was put the Coke in the trash or in the refrigerator and the cup, just like rinse it out and put it in the dishwasher. That's all you had to do. We've already cleaned the rest. She like blew up. It got to the point where I was like, I'm not going because I cannot stand to be in the same car with you. Yeah. And then she's like, whatever. She got so mad. I was standing in the living room. She looks at me. She makes eye contact with me and she turns off the light. When I tell you, I saw red and I like chased after her and, you know, I don't know, the universe was on my side because she slipped on ice and fell on her ass. And I just like, I opened the door and I busted out laughing and I was like, that's what you get for being petty. And I slammed the door.
Oh, that's too funny.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say this is why I don't want roommates ever again.
Oh yeah, never.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not doing that again.
Like the new thing that comes up is people's like, would you buy a house with your friends? I'm like, no, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
No,
See,
absolutely not.
because I don't think I was a bad roommate, but then you're telling those stories and I'm like, well, there was the one time that I destroyed his controller and there was the one time that I destroyed his display. Yeah, okay, this isn't going well in my head. It's like, so one time I was I'm smoking a hookah, which has the coals and stuff, right? And I bumped it, and the coals fell. And so I'm like scrambling, clean it, and I'm like, I think I got it all, and I'm cleaning it up afterwards. And then like 30 seconds goes by, and I still smell burning. I'm like, what is burning? I don't. What's going on? And I'm looking around the floor like, oh gosh, we're never going to get our deposit back. And I can't find it. And another 30 seconds goes by and it's still going on. For like 4 minutes, it sat there because I couldn't find it. It had bounced on the coffee table and rolled under his PS4 controller and just melted it. It had just absolutely destroyed the backside of it. And I was like, hey, so hypothetically, how much is a PS4 controller? Because I think I should buy you one. And he was like, what did you do? And I was like, oh, nothing. I found it like this. Like, I just feel bad, so I should get you one.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Wow.
He was a good sport, but I felt terrible. Like, it was not, yeah.
Ooh.
See, now I feel bad because you're like that. I'm like, oh, well.
Note to self, AJ, not good roommate.
I paid for a new one.
Oh, okay. Well, then you redeemed yourself.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I did break. You ever seen?
Oh, no, he broke something else.
I did. There was.
Telling you.
Well, good news. I don't want roommates either, so it's for everybody's safety.
Good.
You ever seen like the people do those like weird displays? Like he had one of those tall speakers, and then he had like that metal tray thing you have where it's sort of like a mirror, but it's not. And then you put like stuff on it. He put like the McCall beads on it, so it's supposed to kind of look like water. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
No. Any idea?
No.
Do you know what Mancala is? The game. It's that one where the board and you have to move the beads to get into the end thing. And
Oh, the
like the little marble thing?
yeah.
those.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So they look like those, and he had candles on. I don't know. It was stupid. Let's be honest. I did him a favor, but one night I got it was dumb. It was dumb. I got tobacco poisoning. And I thought it felt initially at the beginning it felt the same as when you're like your blood sugar's low, right? And you feel like you're like, if I don't sit down, like I'm gonna collapse. So I went out to the kitchen to get a Gatorade, and I was like, I need to get some. On the way back to the bedroom, my body went like this, wham, and I just missiled myself into that shelf because I just fell. Like I had no control over it. I didn't feel it coming. I was just done. And when I did that, I hit his speaker, I cracked the tray in half and just sprayed everything everywhere. And I texted him and said, hey, I think I broke something, but like I legitimately can't stand up right now, so I'm sorry, but like I'm going to be in bed. I might die. Just check on me when you get home.
And he survived. You survived.
I did not die.
Okay,
it was brutal. It was a brutal 3 days.
He's here. So.
Joke's on you. I adopted that story from the person whose identity I stole.
All concealed the whole time.
You caught me. You talked me right into exposing myself.
Woohoo!
I knew it.
It
Curses.
worked.
Well, good. What we found out is that nobody ever wants roommates again.
Nope.
I may break some stuff on accident, and Producer Butters is an open book and terrible at giving compliments. That settles it, right?
You guys are awesome.
Oh, thank you so much.
I did that in the meeting yesterday too.
It didn't feel good then either.
It was weird because I meant to do it to like everybody, but then somebody was like, well, you only did it to that side. So I was like, okay, you're all awesome.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That's what he said. That's what he said.
That wouldn't feel like it counted either. If you literally said it with that tone, I'd be like, well,
Everybody's a winner.
whatever. I don't want your pity compliment, okay?
And on those very sarcastic compliment notes, this has been the AJ and McCall Show.